French cuisine has a major role in our world today. The cuisine started in the Renaissance, where important families would have banquets. At the banquets, multiple courses were prepared, but they were served in a style where all the food was put out at the same time. During the French Revolution, Marie-Antoine Carême was a famous pastry chef that worked with royalty such as Napoleon Bonaparte. In his writing, historians have found the first record of a present-day soufflé. In French cuisine, presentation is a major factor. Chefs use naturally bright foods to add color. Since the creation of French cuisine, chefs have always prepared their meals with either red or white wine. French cuisine normally is made up of different courses. The first course is usually an appetizer. Appetizers can be small pieces of meat, such as liver, or also it can be salads. The small piece of liver, or foie gras, is an appetizer that is a piece of liver from a fattened duck or goose. By French law, the fattened duck or goose must be force-fed corn with a feeding tube. After the appetizer, the main dish is served. Steak frites is a very common and popular dish served in brasseries throughout Europe. It is considered by some to be the national dish of France. Historically, the rump steak was commonly used for this dish. More typically at the present time, the steak is a ribeye that is pan-fried rare in a pan reduction sauce. Although hollandaise and bearnaise sauce are uncommon, they are still used. Steak frites is also served with French fries. Pot-au-feu, or pot on fire, is a French beef stew. It is the most celebrated dish in France. It is eaten at the tables of rich and poor alike. Cuts of beef and vegetables involved vary between people making it. But a typical pot-au-feu contains low-cut costs of beef that require long cooking periods, some of several kinds of meat such as oxtail or bone marrow, and vegetables such as carrots, turnips, leeks, celery, and onions. They also have spices in them such as salt, black pepper, or cloves. After the main dish comes the dessert. Crème brûlée is a dessert consisting of a rich custard base topped with a contrasting layer of hard caramel, and is normally served at room temperature. The custard base traditionally flavored with vanilla, but can also be served with chocolate, amaretto, Grand Marnier, hazelnut, or other fruits. A mousse is another typical dessert in France. A mousse is a prepared food that incorporates air bubbles to give it a light and airy texture. It can range from light and fluffy to creamy and thick, depending on preparation techniques. A mousse may be sweet or savory. Dessert mousses are typically made with whipped egg whites and whipping cream, and generally flavored with chocolate or pureed fruit. For savory mousses, hard-boiled eggs or fish or liver may be used. French regional cuisine is characterized by its extreme diversity and style. Traditionally, each region of France has its own distinct cuisine. In Paris and other central regions in France, almost anything from the country is available. All train lines meet in the city. Over 9,000 restaurants exist in Paris, and almost any cuisine can be obtained here. Burgundy is a region in central France that is known for their wines and escargot. Escargot is a dish of cooked land snails that is usually served as an appetizer in France and French restaurants. In French culture, the snails are typically purged, killed, removed from their shells, and cooked, usually with garlic butter, chicken stock, or wine, and then placed back into their shells with the butter and sauce for serving. Additional ingredients may be added such as garlic, thyme, parsley, and pine nuts. Specialty snail tongs for holding the shell and snail forks for extracting the meat are also normally provided. They are served on indented metal trays with places for 6 or 12 snails. Provence-Alpes Côte d'Azur is a historical province in southeastern France, and one of their most popular dishes is ratatouille. Ratatouille is a traditional dish of stewed vegetables. In present-day France, ratatouille is usually served as a side dish, but it may also be served as a meal on its own.